So I am so excited to be doing this live demo because we've had so many questions, Green Envee questions. Everybody's like, there was this one time at the beginning of probably last year, and somebody posted the most insane acne results. Um, so that got me obsessed and wanting to know more. So I'm so excited to start this.
I'm excited too. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so you want to get into the demo?
Absolutely, I'll get started. So my name is Dianka Arcos, and I am the lead educator for Green Envee. And thanks everyone for joining me today. I'm going to be demonstrating the Pomegranate Refining Peel treatment. And this is a perfect treatment for any sort of hyperpigmentation, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, melasma, and especially acne and blemishes. You can use this treatment on all sorts of skin except for contraindicated, from combo to dry. It's going to help promote cell turnover, refine the pores, like I mentioned, really help to even tone and kind of help with acne and blemishes, also soften fine lines and wrinkles. So it's like a full facial rejuvenation. This is one of our favorite peels because it produces results. And if you want to see some before and afters, follow us on socials. It's at Green Envee, so GreenEnvee. So before we get started, let me give you a quick little 101 about the brand. So we are all about clean beauty. So we create products that are efficacious and really results driven without all the toxins. We're also vegan, cruelty-free, Leaping Bunny certified. We don't use water in our products. Instead of water, we have a base of organic green and white tea. So you're getting a foundation of antioxidants, catechins, and polyphenols. And then on top of that, we add all of our plant actives and peptides and all of that. So really concentrated. This really works well when you communicate this fact when you're retailing, because clients know that a little bit goes a long way to give you these amazing changes for the skin. We're also experience driven, and what that means is we love to make our clients look good, but also feel good at the same time by stimulating their parasympathetic nervous system, which is known as your rest and digest system. This part of your nervous system needs to be switched on in order for you to fully heal and kind of repair and rejuvenate, which is what we want to do for the skin. So we're going to do that through aromatherapy, through Marma techniques during our treatments. That way, when clients come to visit you, not only do they look good, but they feel great too, and it becomes a really memorable treatment. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera over and get started on our Pomegranate Refining Peel treatment. There we go. There's our lovely model, Janice. Say hello. And this treatment on our brand guide, which you'll have access to if you become a spa partner, the length of this treatment is about 45 minutes, and our suggested price range is $85 to $115. Of course, you can charge whatever you want. For instance, if you make it an hour treatment by adding in extractions and massage, feel free to charge more. I definitely would. And we also have our brand education guide, which shows you the treatment for profit. So for instance, you do 5 facials per week at 85, you're going to make 425 weekly, and so on. So we kind of show you a guide on the potential that you have. So let's begin. Denise has filled out her skin health intake form. There are no contraindications. Just want to make sure you guys have a good view. Yes, looks like it. And we always begin with a little bit of aromatherapy. So I'm going to use our Vahadi Herb Infused Healing Oil. This is a carrier oil full of rich antioxidant oils, but it's very light, so it doesn't feel heavy on the skin, and it's not going to make you break out. It's non-comedogenic. And I add about a teaspoon of the oil with 1 drop of our Relax Therapeutic Essential Oil Blend. This is a safe dilution, about a 1% dilution, safe for children over 6, pregnant women, and sensitive skin clients, so it's pretty conservative. I'm going to rub my hands together to create a little warmth and prana, and then have you take 3 deep breaths. And this smells amazing. It's chamomile and lavender. The terpenes in this formula are really soothing and calming for the nervous system, just really relaxing if you're sort of anxious or tend to always kind of be in your head all day. This is a great one to choose. And just remind your client to relax into the moment and just slowly introduce your touch. And just this quick little, first step is enough to kind of set the tone for the treatment and let your client know that they can relax for the next, 30 to 40 minutes. Now we're going to begin with our first cleanse. And this is our Purified Botanic Cleansing Oil. This product is a favorite of mine. You add it to dry hands and dry skin. So I'm not adding any water, and I'm applying to the skin. And I'm gently going to break down any sort of oil, any sort of debris, dirt, stubborn makeup. It removes even like waterproof makeup, eyelash glue. It's fantastic. This has tamanu oil in it, camellia seed oil, both incredibly anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. And gently massage it onto the skin. You break everything down for a minute or so. And if you have oily skin, do not be afraid to use an oil-based cleanser, especially one like this, because the oils chosen are extremely biocompatible with the skin, so they don't feel heavy and they're not going to make you break out. Then you add a little bit of water to create a milky emulsion. And this will help break down the oil. As you can see, it's turning kind of a little bit white, a little milky. So this is a bestseller for a reason. It is such a great step for a first cleanse. If you're in the market for an oil cleanser, this is the one to get. I'm obsessed. This also contains a touch of salicylic acid. So if you are a little afraid of using it because you have blemish prone oily skin, don't be afraid. It's really compatible with oily skin. So now I'm going to remove. And then for our second cleanse, I wanted to show you something a little bit different. I'm going to be using our Illuminate Enzyme Cleansing Powder. This product is unique in that it's a powder cleanser and an exfoliant in one, with a little hint of papaya enzyme. So you have enzymatic, have physical exfoliation, plus cleansing at the same time.
Lisa? Did you?
Oh, somebody must have been unmuted. I thought you guys were asking a question.
You guys are more than welcome to ask any questions while we're going through the demo. How much does the first cleanser retail for?
I want to say it's 34.
34.
Yeah, it's it's a must-have for the room as well as just like your own retail. Okay, now we're going to go through with our Illuminate Enzyme Cleansing Powder. This I call the magic cleanser that I was telling you about. It lasts forever. All you need is a couple shakes. Shake it like a salt shaker. That's enough for the whole face. You add a little bit of water to create a fizzing foam. So kind of like these. And now you're getting a little bit of like this foaming action. When you apply, there's matcha, there's rice powder. So that's going to be like the little grains that exfoliate physically, but they gently dissolve as you are massaging. So they're not going to cause micro tears in the skin. So they're polishing away those dead skin cells, unclogging those pores without irritating the skin and messing with the epidermal barrier. This is great to give yourself a second double cleanse and to really allow your peel to penetrate. That way you're doing a gentle double exfoliation without irritating the skin so gentle. This also contains little L-ascorbic acid and lemon peel for brightening. So it's a great addition if your clients want to target hyperpigmentation or PIH, or just get a deep cleanse. You can even use this as kind of a mask, leave it on for a few minutes since it does have the papaya enzyme in here, and give yourself a little like mini treatment if you're retailing this weekly. It's super gentle on the skin, right, Janice? Like it doesn't feel,
Yeah, it feels great.
yeah, it just like dissolves as you go, so you can't overdo it. And then your skin is extremely receptive to whatever you apply next, since you've removed that layer of dead skin cells. We're gonna remove this. And I always like to add a little essential oil to the towels to create an aromatherapeutic experience, even as you're just removing the cleanser. Okay, so now we have double cleanse and we're ready to peel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to use our Flora Essence Peel Prep. I recommend this for all of our professional peels. It's a toner that's going to help remove any sort of debris on the skin, any sort of product, and degrease the skin without irritating the barrier once again. As you can see, that's a theme. We really don't want to cause unnecessary inflammation or barrier impairment. So I'm going to take an aesthetic wipe and saturate it with our Flora Essence Peel Prep. This has, there we go. Vitamin B3, rose, witch hazel, niacinamide to create a little bit of microcirculation to really optimally, to allow your peel to penetrate optimally. You can either mist it on the face like so, but I prefer to do it on an aesthetic wipe just to remove anything, any trace of cleanser on the skin. And as you can see, I always bring everything down to the neck. You'll hear me saying this all the time. I don't understand facials that end at the chin. I would take it down even further if I could. So we are just removing. This is the peel prep. So now we're ready for our pomegranate refining peel. That's this beauty right here with malic acid and goji. This is a true hybrid peel in that it has pomegranate enzyme in it. You've got mandelic acid, lactic acid, malic acid, salicylic acid. So you have both AHA, BHA, and enzyme. Plus you have tyrosinase inhibitors like alpha-arbutin and licorice. So fantastic for brightening.
Would this be okay on a first-time client, or do you want to prep before this?
That's a great question. I think a first-time client that you have no history with, I would do something a little bit more gentle. All of our peels are safe for all Fitzpatrick skin types and superficial. So you can kind of keep that in mind. But I think for a first-time client, maybe something a little bit more gentle for the first time, see how they react, and then move up to this one.
What would be like an enzyme or a treatment you recommend with Green Envee that we can use for a first-time client?
First-time client, like the Rejuvenate Brightening Peel is super gentle. That has organic papaya and pineapple enzyme. Also the Pumpkin Peel 3%, which is pumpkin enzyme with 3% glycolic acid. That sounds like very little, but the pumpkin enzyme is 45%, so it's quite active. But those are great to start off with. Or even the Flora Essence if somebody has had a peel before. Apply this all over with a fan brush.
So would you recommend this on like the third treatment or the fourth?
Even second, if your client is completely fine and they're not new to peels. If they're brand new to peels, I would say third or fourth, like you mentioned. But if they've had a peel before and they're seeing you for the first time and you do something on them like the pumpkin peel 3% and they're completely fine, you can go for this one.
And the benefits of this peel?
The benefits of this peel are, there's so many. So first, it's going to soften fine lines and wrinkles just after one use, as well as soften texture and refine the pores. It's really going to brighten due to the tyrosinase inhibitors, to that alpha-arbutin and licorice extract, and also helps with blemishes with that salicylic acid. So not only are you targeting kind of age management, you're targeting uneven skin tone and blemishes. Also, once you become a spa partner, you have access to Green Envee University, which is a website that has a bunch of courses and different documents like our advanced peel chart, and it shows you how to properly layer different professional peels to target specific skincare concerns to get you the best results. And I'm going to share a great before and after tomorrow on our forum, on our Facebook Green Envee Professional Forum, to show you what those results are.
Are you able, so you're able to layer this peel?
You can layer this peel with our fluorescence peel. That's a lactic and mandelic based peel. It's a liquid form. And so you would apply the fluorescence peel first, let it sit for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then layer this one on top. Of course, anytime you're layering a peel, you want to make sure the client can tolerate both forms of exfoliation on their own before combining. But it's such a beautiful result. Like the skin is like glass skin when you're done with that.
And what would be the aftercare?
Aftercare would be very gentle on the skin, so no actives for 3 days. A great mineral SPF, which we're coming out with in mid 2024, but definitely an SPF daily, a gentle cleanser like our Soothe Herbal Cleansing Cream, and a gentle moisturizer just for 3 days after. You don't want to do any kind of strenuous activity the day of. I always like to tell my clients to, swap out your pillowcase when you get home from a deeper peel, and same with makeup. You can give your brushes a cleanse. But yeah, as long as they are just staying out of the sun and using gentle products for 3 days post peel, the results are fantastic. And we have little kits that we sell to help kind of guide the client onto what they need. We also have post peel care cards, which provide all that information for your clients on one handy piece of paper, so they can always refer to that if needed. So during the peel, I always like to do a little massage because, why not have your client rest and relax. We also have a fantastic product called the Relief. I'll show that to you in just a second. That's this guy right here with some hemp oil. This stuff is fantastic. A little bit goes a long way, so you can spot treat with this. It's very cooling, so if you are going to use it, I highly recommend putting on some gloves because there is quite a bit of menthol in there. But that is like a spot treatment for any sort of discomfort, pain, stiffness, and soreness. So if you have a client who is complaining of like a stiff neck and shoulders, you can even, do this as an add-on if you'd like, or just incorporate it into your price. But like I mentioned, a little bit goes a long way. So you just need something like this for the shoulders. And that CBD, that hemp oil, is really going to help with pain, stiffness, and soreness. And the results are almost instant. I didn't believe it until I tried it, but it's fantastic. Great after a long day. You can put it on your feet, do a little wax up the wall. And I always like to let clients know these like practical tips so they can know how to incorporate these products into their real life, or at least get them inspired of what they can be doing with these products. But something to keep in mind, there is a lot of menthol in there, which is why I'm wearing the gloves, and I don't want to bring that near the eyes. Because we've all done that, I feel like, at some point. And it's not pretty. So you want to leave this peel on for about 4 to 10 minutes. 4 minutes for somebody newer, and then 10 minutes for people that you've been working with for some time. I suggest doing this peel in a series of 4 to 6 peels to get optimal results, spaced about 2 to 4 apart. That really quick.
I also want to encourage anyone who's watching the Zoom, feel free to ask any questions.
Yeah, ask away, guys. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove the peel.
Are there any contraindications?
I would just say any sort of inflamed skin, dermatitis, sunburn. There is a touch of salicylic acid in here, so if you're pregnant, I would choose not to use this. Also, because it's one of our strongest pro peels, and when you're pregnant, the skin tends to be much more sensitive. So those would be the only contraindications, like just very sensitive skin or any sort of inflamed skin.
Wiping off the peel doesn't matter if the towel is warm or should be cold.
I have this as lukewarm. It could be warm, just not like very hot, because you don't want to irritate the skin too much. So warm is completely fine. And then we also have a neutralizer, which I will show you in just a second. Another contraindication is any sort of topicals like retinol or transformative, something that's, prescription. You want to be off of that for a week to be safe. If they're using just over-the-counter retinol, 2 to 3 days is sufficient to stop using active products. Oh, I can feel the texture of your skin. Okay, so now I'm going to neutralize the peel with our Flora pH neutralizer, right? Shake it up and saturate some aesthetic wipes. This has vitamin B5, chamomile, which are very soothing, as well as sodium bicarbonate, which is high pH, more alkaline, and that's going to help neutralize the pH of the skin post-peel and deactivate any sort of AHAs in the product. And then also the Flora Essence pH neutralizer can double as a desincrustation solution. So if you wanted to do extractions after this, you sure can. I would just saturate an aesthetic wipe and let it sit wherever you are going to be doing those extractions. So let's say I was going to do extractions on Janice here. I would take a fresh aesthetic wipe after neutralizing, apply it to, let's say, the nose or the chin, soaked in that product so that it softens the sebum and softens the skin and it allows those impactions and comedones to come out much easier. So I love a multitasker, and if there's a multitasking product, I'm definitely going to let you know. Do you feel any tingling on your face anywhere else? Okay, perfect. So everything is neutralized. And now if you wanted to add in a facial massage, you certainly could. We love to do any sort of lymphatic drainage, Marmon point massage, gua sha. So I love to use a little bit of our Bahati Herb Infused Healing Oil with a drop of essential oil. 1 teaspoon to 1 drop is that 1% dilution I told you was very safe and conservative for sensitive skin types. We're going to be applying the Firm Collagen Gel Mask. And this is another fan favorite, just like that Purified Cleansing Oil. The Firm Collagen Gel Mask is just incredibly versatile in that you can use it on all skin types, from super sensitive to acne prone. It's going to quench the skin, hydrate, plump up fine lines, and soothe the skin. It has hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, organic aloe, and whenever I apply products that have humectants, I use a little bit of our Hydrate Facial Mist. That way, and I saturate the skin with this. That way, the product can kind of grab onto that moisture, that dew, and hold it into the skin's tissues. And that hyaluronic acid just works that much better. So you add about this amount into your bowl. I'm going to apply. And it feels really cooling upon application, so it's so nice when you after peel. You can also go over this with some cryo globes. I love doing that. Do a little lymphatic drainage, since the texture of this can really help with lymphatic drainage. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. And this has neroli, which is orange blossom, tangerine, and a touch of ylang-ylang, so it smells amazing. Right, Janice? It's just a fan favorite. Also, you can massage with this to hydrate the skin. This is another one I like to use prior to extractions, because after you do a peel, the skin tends to be really tight, which is a good thing. The pores look amazing. The skin is tight, taut, the pores are refined, but it's so hard to get anything out of the pores. So if you massage with this post peel, it'll rehydrate the skin's tissues and allow those impactions to come out much easier. You can also use it as a massage medium if you're short on time and want a mask, but still get a little bit of a massage in. And you can also use this as a microcurrent conductor because it doesn't have any oil in it. It's just like a plumping, hydrating product. It becomes a really great conductor for microcurrent. So if you have a handheld microcurrent or even, a more professional system, feel free to peel and firm. It's fantastic. A fantastic combo. So you can leave this on for up to, as long as you want, but really during a facial, 10 minutes is a great time. Do the massage, like I said, the microcurrent. You can even do LED. I love pairing our professional peels with a red LED panel. Certain LEDs I prefer to do without any product, but like I said, if you're short on time, I've used it with this mask and it still works really well. And the skin will just absorb it up. It'll just plump everything up. And another something to know, since we're working on like evening the skin tone and blemishes, is that niacinamide is an ingredient that it's not a tyrosinase inhibitor, but it does help brighten the skin by stopping the transfer of melanosomes to keratinocytes. So it stops that transfer. So it's part of like a great hyperpigmentation skincare regimen is to bring in niacinamide, and this has quite a bit of niacinamide in the formula. And so if you're doing a little bit of, let's say, lymphatic drainage, you always want to start like right above the clavicle, because your supraclavicular lymph nodes are here and you want to clear those before you begin. And the texture of the firm kind of gets, I don't want to say tacky, but it gives you a little bit of grit. So you're able to kind of do that like tapping lymphatic drainage technique, if you're familiar, and use this for your benefit. And basically you can work the whole face, but you always want to start at the neck. We also have marma massages. There's so many. It's such a lot to cover in, 30, 45 minutes, but
I feel like we should do a whole live just on your massage mediums.
yes, absolutely. The massage is the fun part because I feel like it's such an easy and inexpensive way to elevate your facial. It's not costing you anything barely. You just add a little aromatherapy and a great massage medium like the firm or the body, and the skin is nourished. You oxygenate the skin, you bring fresh, blood to the skin's tissues. It's just a great way to elevate the facial. And especially if you're bringing in a little microcurrent or an LED panel with these peels, you really step it up. And then you're able to charge more too, because, anytime you bring in a modality, a little bit more time.
How much do you recommend charging for this? So 2 things. How much is our cost for this entire protocol? And then how much do you recommend we charge?
Great question. Your charge for the entire protocol is going to be $525 to $672. So
Wild.
yeah, a lot. And then you want to charge, this is basically a 30 to 45 minute protocol that I'm showing you. So we're saying 85 to 115. But I do a lot of hour-long facials with peels. I would probably charge something like 150.
Yeah.
With peel and like massage. And if I'm adding in an LED, I would charge a little bit more, 175, let's say, depending on where you are, depending on, spas around your area, of course, but you can certainly charge more than 85 and 115. That's just kind of for the 30-minute. And now Janice's skin is kind of absorbing most of the product, which is a great thing. The skin's going to be extra receptive after the pomegranate peel. And we're going to go ahead and remove. I don't have time for the whole lymphatic drainage, but we would basically work from the inner corner out, and then back down the neck for each area to make sure we're draining those toxins. Okay, we're going to go ahead and remove the firm collagen gel. And now we're going to nourish the skin with some supercharged serums. 2 of my favorites. HA Collagen Boosting Serum and Glow C. Give me all the ingredients that are great for like rejuvenating and age management, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Nice and hydrated. Now, once again, I'm going to take the Hydrate Mist. Do a little light veil of hydration. This guy here, this has niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, rose water. And I'm using our HA Collagen Boosting Serum. This is a supercharged serum, not a marketing term. I say that because it truly is supercharged, meaning it has hyaluronic acid in here. And I'm going to use about like 4 to 6 drops. I'm pretty generous with this product just because I love it. 4 to 6 drops of this. So hyaluronic acid, obviously, for HA, that's going to just hydrate the tissues, plump everything up. We know hyaluronic acid binds itself to the skin and holds hydration in. This also has two types of peptide, peptide 38, peptide 5 for collagen synthesis and to really target fine lines and wrinkles. This has Edelweiss extract, which has been proven to help soothe irritated skin. So great for, like, let's say, any sort of irritation. You can go ahead and use our HA collagen boosting serum. And then echinacea stem cells, which influence collagen stimulation, elasticity, and hydration. So a lot of great ingredients to feed and nourish the skin while targeting fine lines and firmness. Similar to the firm, your skin is going to absorb this right up. It's going to plump up those tissues. You can put this on the lips, near the eyes. If you're doing like a lip treatment, it's safe to use there. And now over that, because that was like a gel-like texture, the HA Collagen Boosting Serum, over top, I'm going to use the Glow C Brightening Serum. This is our vitamin C serum for brightening and collagen stimulation. This has 3 types of vitamin C, and the texture is a little bit different. It's like a little creamy gel, as you can see. This has 3 types of vitamin C. You have your L-ascorbic acid, which, you know, is tried and true. There's been many in vitro and in vivo studies done on this ingredient. We know it works. We know it's great. We also added tetrahexadecylascorbate, which is an oil-soluble vitamin C, and it's extremely shelf-stable. As estheticians, you know that vitamin C's can be unstable and the formula may degrade quickly, not when you add tetrahexadecylascorbate and a variety of antioxidants, which we've done. We have Kakadu plum in here, which has more vitamin C than like 10 oranges. You have ferulic acid, summer lilac stem cells, which are antioxidant and have anti-inflammatory properties. Also, the polysaccharides and amino acids are useful for skin for moisture retention. And then hyaluronic acid, once again, to plump the skin. So you have not only brightening and collagen stimulating, but also hydrators as well. And so you want to layer that over the HA for this treatment, just because the HA is more of a gel-like texture, and you always want to do lightest to more rich in texture for the proper absorption. Oh yeah, your skin is feeling great. I mean, if we had time, I'd do full extractions, it'd be great. Like a gentle extraction with like a skin spatula, just to get rid of that surface dead skin cells. Okay, so now we're gonna add a little bit of moisturizer. And I have chosen Nourish Replenishing Moisturizer. This is our richest moisturizer, just because we're in Chicago and it's starting to get really chilly. We need to really reinforce the barrier. This has Sacha Inchi, which is incredibly rich in omegas. Also a lot of aloe, camellia seed oil, evening primrose, peptides, olive squalene, CoQ10. It's just chock full of beneficial skin ingredients that are going to just really feed and nourish the skin, especially if you have normal to dry skin. We're kind of going to seal those serums in with the Nourish Replenish Moisturizer. And also all the products smell great. There's no artificial fragrance in them. The word fragrance is kind of an umbrella term in the beauty industry. It could be up to dozens and dozens of different chemicals that the company does not have to list. Some of those chemicals could be fine, and some of those chemicals could be pretty toxic to the body, like endocrine disruptors, for instance. Endocrine system is your hormone system. It runs the show, especially when it comes to beauty, since we're in the beauty industry. It's going to, you know, affect hair growth, metabolism, your mood, so many things. And a lot of products in these traditional skincare, like lotions and skin potions, tend to be full of these endocrine disruptors. Your body's a really intelligent, you know, machine. It can detox, but if you're using something on a daily basis over and over, eventually some of these ingredients penetrate your largest organ, aka your skin, and they bioaccumulate in your skin's tissues and their fat cells and organs, and they can, you know, cause an imbalance. They can even lead to, you know, things like cancer over time if you're exposed to other toxins. This is not meant to be like a scare tactic. It's just knowledge is power. And if you can choose clean products whenever possible, you know, definitely do so. Or look into what's in your, you know, look into what's in your daily routine that you're using every single day. Okay, so that was the Nourish Replenishing Moisturizer. I'm gonna do a little bit of our Renewal Eye Complex. This is a medium weight eye cream with hydrating peptides and a little bit of gold mica, which lets the light reflect and helps with dark under eye circles without looking like you're wearing something, right?
Before we end, would we be able to go over the products you used?
Yeah.
On which ones we retail? We're able to retail.
Which one's to retail? Okay, yeah.
And like so how much we buy them for and how much we sell them for, because I am obsessed with retail, work harder, not smarter. And then it also helps our clients get the best results.
Absolutely. If you're not retailing, you're not fully doing, you're doing your clients a disservice, right? I think we can agree on that. It's your job to provide solutions to their skincare issues. And retailing is, if you're not kind of giving them what they need, then it's not gonna do the job. It's not gonna, hit their skincare goals. Last but not least, I'm doing our Flora Elixir Botanic Oil Serum to seal everything in. Janice says she's complaining of a little bit dry skin, so I'm using about 3-4 drops of this beautiful serum, which is biocompatible with the skin, doesn't feel greasy. It's gonna give a beautiful dewy finish. And there we have it, just beautiful glowing skin. Can you turn a little bit so they can see like the finish of your skin, the texture. I'm gonna add a little lip balm too. And then a little bit of essential oil, just like I began with a little Bahati on our Relax, diluted with the Bahati. Again, take 3 deep breaths. Just to kind of end the treatment, just how we began, remind your client that they get to relax today and just ground them into the present moment. I would give them that card I was telling you about, that pre and post peel care card that lets them know to be gentle on their skin. Don't use any actives for the next 3 days or so. Make sure you're wearing a great mineral SPF. Don't go into a sauna or anything like that that can irritate your skin post peel. And yeah, make sure to hydrate from all the massage work as well. When it comes to retailing, of course, you're going to tailor it to whatever the client needs. But if they're coming to you for a pomegranate refining peel, they're usually wanting to target blemishes or wanting to target hyperpigmentation. So if it is hyperpigmentation, I highly recommend our Glow C brightening serum. This is our new packaging, by the way. Gorgeous. Gorgeous if I say so myself. Thanks. So the Glow C brightening serum is the one I told you about with the 3 types of vitamin C. I always like to let clients know all the benefits of the serum. So you have collagen stimulation, brightening, and hydration in one. And this is going to help treat post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, melasma, as well as hyperpigmentation and collagen stimulation. So definitely a must-have for retailing. Same with the Illuminate Enzyme Cleansing Powder. And something to note with this one is it lasts forever. Just because you're not using it daily, you're using it about 1 to 3 times a week to give yourself a nice brightening cleanse. And I flip the camera over at this point, right? There we go.
How much does it retail for?
This one I want to say is 38 for retail.
And we buy, oh, that's a great price.
It's a great price, and I'm telling you, it lasts forever. Just don't put it in the shower because it does have a little screw top. If you forget to close it, water can get in, and then it's like a different texture. But such a great price point. And I think every client should have this unless they have some sort of irritation or like dermatitis. You obviously don't want to exfoliate, but it's such a gentle exfoliation, and the bamboo, the matcha, and the rice powder gently dissolves as you're cleansing that I feel like almost everyone needs this. So this you should retail. The Glow C would be great. And then if they have any issues with blemishes, I would recommend our Clear Repair Serum, which is a lightweight blemish acne serum that's going to help clear the pores. It has white willow bark in there, as well as summer lilac stem cells without irritating the skin. So it can target the blemishes without causing redness and irritation. So those 3 would be a great start. I don't like to overwhelm the client, but I want them to go home with something to kind of start their routine. Does that help a little bit?
Yes. Do you guys provide the aftercare protocol cards?
Yes, you can purchase them. I want to say it's like $5 for a pack of 25. So
that's
it's nothing.
Perfect.
And they're cute. They look great in your space. We try to kind of stick with the same aesthetic all throughout the brand, just so that it just flows together nicely. And it tells you what to do pre-peel and post-peel. I think that's important too, because some clients are not getting ready properly beforehand. So it's going to let you know to stop using your prescription retinoid for a week, your over-the-counter retinol serum for 2 to 3 days prior, and so on. And of course, like common sense ones, but sometimes clients do need hand holding, like don't go in the sun after a peel. Try not to go, into a sauna that day to kind of reactivate any sort of acids on the skin, that kind of thing. But yeah, we provide that. It lists it all for you.
That's wonderful. That's like half the job.
Right? It's like just hand it to them. A lot of times clients are so mellowed out during the facial that they're not listening. And so they're like, wait, what do I do? So once they have this in their hand, it's just easy breezy. Just refer to the card.
Yeah.
That was the goal, to do less work for you guys, for us, and make sure to keep them safe and have optimal results.
Yeah. And you guys have a beautiful aesthetic, so that kind of doesn't hurt either.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Is there any questions that you guys would like to ask? And then 2, how do people find you, get a hold of you? Is there a link you would like me to share in the chat?
You can, on our site on greenenvee.com, there is a spa partner, like, want to be a spa partner kind of link. If you want more information for that, we can send you all the info you need, just to kind of give you pricing and what we're all about, our brand story. We'll give you all the information that way, and you can start with a pack of samples if you'd like. We have a sample pack. You can find that all on our site under Partner with Us.
How
Right.
much is the sample pack?
Sample pack is 37, 30,
38.
38. We also
Just-
have a professional peel sample pack as well.
I have it right there.
So, because a lot of times you want to kind of see what the pro peels are all about. So you can try everything, our, back bar, top sellers, and pro peels to get a feel for the line.
Perfect. So I did include the link in the chat. This is already live streamed to the group and pinned to the top. And then I'm also, probably by tomorrow, you'll see it up on YouTube with all the proper links.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And something to note, once you become a spa partner, you have access to meet virtually with me for education. We also have a Green Envee University with a lot of different courses. We want to make sure you have a great foundation with Align, because if you know what you're doing, that money's going to be coming in. And it's all about the money making esthetician, right?
Exactly. And I love the margins. Like what, $6 for a full protocol?
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and I cannot wait. We have to do a whole live just on like your massage mediums and your massage techniques, because they.
Absolutely. I would love to.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Maria. It was a pleasure to meet you. And thanks, guys, for watching.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you next time.